I had done a bunch of startups, most of which had failed. I guess any of you don't know, like, I'm a big failure. Hi.
What have you learned about entrepreneurs that is very interesting?
They're very stuck in the vision. It's both a blessing and a curse. It's media, TechCrunch, VCs. They're all like, you have to be passionate. You have to be like, very passionate about your vision. So I think that's kind of tricked people into the mentality of they have to stick to their vision. So maybe that's why people are so hesitant and really refusing to budge away from that solution that they have in mind.
Well, I learned a lot about the Lean Startup method. I feel like one of the biggest takeaways was just be really willing to pivot and be open-minded about what comes next.
Our team in particular was forced to come to terms with getting rid of the emotional investment that we had when we walked in the door, which is difficult.
I learned that building a business is a lot more than just building a product. I learned that your initial idea will probably change and more likely expand the more you think about it and the more you kind of figure out what you're trying to do. I learned that just because you think it's a good idea, people may not be willing to pay for it.
If I have an idea or a project, sort of to get it out the door, get feedback, and then tweak it as opposed to trying to get a perfect product and then kind of go.
It does allow you to focus on the customer a bit more and not just on product features. It gets you quickly to business value, and you're still going to be refining that business value as you go through the implementation, but it actually confirms that you've got a business value proposition.
I learned that design is really important in making a business. Really, really, really important.
Understanding in a very short time the kind of questions I need to be asking instead of asking very specific closed-ended questions. We did end up asking a lot of open-ended questions. We spent a lot of time just listening to people over the phone.
Okay, I had this assumption. I really think people would buy this. But then being able to be like, I had 20 people who bought this, it gives you that confidence to move forward with an idea where before you're just confident because it's something you believe, but now it's like, it's not something I believe, it's something I know.
Well, I've learned that as a coder, my initial impulse is just to start writing code. And the idea that we ended up with is very, very different than, or at least substantially different than what we started out. So it would have been largely wasted effort.
You have to do marketing and then build a product if you are able to validate that the customer wants this product. I used to do the opposite. I used to build and then validate, which I think is 99% of the startups we do the same mistake. And I have a startup and I have done the same mistake. So now I have to actually validate my own company if I'm going to continue doing the same thing.
There's so much that I learned here. In fact, there's so much that I may actually blog about it when I actually get it
You need a lot of people to get involved. You need marketers, designers, developers, project managers, team leaders, and a lot more than that.
And customers.
And customers, most importantly.